This is Chris Hansen.
Chad doing Rip City Radio here.
This is Jamie Hudson.
This is TJ Houshmandzadeh.
And I'm going to let y'all know something.
You're listening to
It Just Makes Sense.
It Just Makes Sense.
We are sports. We are nostalgia. We are pop culture. And we're funny sometimes.
I think overall we're just a good time.
They thought we couldn't do it. But guess what?
We're back.
Podcasts are free, and we can do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
We never knew what we were doing in the first place.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I hate that guy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I fucking hate that guy.
It was more than I could have ever dreamed of when I received that message
I did
back.
not expect that surprise.
The #1 certified
Big man
podcast.
You're a proponent of blowing things up and restarting. You said this about the fucking Ravens. Where are they at now?
If there's a coach that's too scared to follow in Nick Saban's footsteps, you're not the right guy for Alabama.
And who are we
Speaking of
to
losing,
call people out on losing bets, okay? We suck at betting.
And remember, don't be afraid to fade yourself.
welcome to the second ever It Just Makes Sense Live Show. Thank you all for coming.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's
What
not
is
fully nude. It's just a topless bar.
Just, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we get a few Whiskey Cokes and Miguel, he'll take his clothes off.
I know that I talked about the
All
fact
of it.
that if you showed up and you were in dry January, you could go fuck yourself. This is my first drink of the new year, so like
Dry January,
yeah.
that's for pussies.
It's terrible, and so we're feeling it. We're doing good. Well, welcome to It Just Makes Sense, a live show at Jimmy's Sports Bar and Grill. If you guys are new to us, for those who are unfamiliar, we have been friends for a decade, and probably more like 15 years at this point.
Braxton's
for
a
you and
newbie.
me. Yeah. The concept was born out of COVID. We figured that we needed to maintain some level of sanity.
Absolutely.
And why not expose each other to a global pandemic? So that was our thing. But, I mean, we're sports, we're nostalgia, we are pop culture. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes I botch every single joke. But it's interesting. Last year, actually, we were listened in 19 countries last year.
Very
boys.
proud.
Very exciting. So, including one guy.
19, but we can only name like 3.
Yeah, well, Johan, as we have named him in Germany, has listened to every episode, and we think last year in Germany we had more listens than episodes, so he either listened to it multiple times or he recommended it
following.
to a friend.
I don't know where this is
So
coming
we've got a
I don't know
big-
if that's a good thing or a bad
we're
thing,
big,
but I'm happy.
Big with the Germans, so. But yeah, and I think that we can call ourselves the #1 certified big man podcast, because
That's
in
correct.
Vegas you can call yourself anything, right? You're the
That's
number
correct.
1 of something in Vegas. No one ever knows what you're the #1 of in Vegas, but you're the #1.
Give Stoli a shout out too. Stoli's our sponsor.
Oh yeah, I mean so we have drink specials tonight with Stoli. Props to Stoli for coming through.
$6 Stoli drinks, tall drinks. If you like vodka, if you like drinking at all, get yourself a Stoli drink. They've got flavors. They've got everything you ever wanted and needed. So thank you so much to Stoli, and thank you so much to Jimmy's. Tim's working hard behind the bar.
Tim and
make
Scott.
make sure you tip Tim well.
Oh, Timmy.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
This is not sponsored by Tushy,
But you-
just Stoli tonight.
But make sure you take care of Tim, take care of Scott, take care of Jimmy's. They've been friends to us for a long time,
Is it
so we appreciate
concerning
them.
that the only sponsors we've ever had are beer and liquor?
No, that's
I think it's fitting.
That aligns with and sports gambling with scrimmage. So
All
still waiting for
all
that
addicting
check from them.
things.
But well, at least tonight we've got the $6 specials, not the $2,500 drink like some lady got saddled with in London this past weekend. A $2,500 drink that she actually accidentally ordered, thought was $18.90 pounds or whatever the hell the conversion is. Ended up with a $2,500 drink that had a bottle of Cristal, 30-year-old cognac and gold leaf. They made her sign a a big leather-bound book. And so if you're signing a leather-bound book,
$2,500 drink.
yeah, $2,500 drink.
I think if they ask you to sign something, you know it's
You know it's
not
not 25 bucks.
It's not a good
$19.
time. So, yeah,
I think you would know, right?
they ended up comping it for her because
Good for
she,
them.
yeah, but she did not shout them out directly because then
That's
everyone
her
would make
fault.
that
Like,
excuse
she-
at that point. So,
Yeah, I would love to go to that bar and get a $2,000 drink comped. That would be wonderful.
But like, why would you have that drink next to some very average other drinks?
It's
That's
like
just what I don't
whiskey,
know.
Coke, gin and
not-
tonic,
$2,500
$2,500 beverage.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Not the
Stoli
bar's
Stoli
fault. It's not the
$6
bar's
special.
fault, though.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like, she was drunk at the time when she ordered it, but
Duh.
then, like, she goes back down and she, like, tries to figure it all out. They're like, we fired the bartender and all this stuff, which made her feel very bad, but they did not. So,
They fired the bartender that served it?
they claimed they were just joking with her, but they actually took it in stride. I feel like they have made some modifications there.
A lot of large claims
in the
being
UK?
made.
Yeah, it was in like South London or something. It was like a bar attached to a hotel or something.
Well,
like that.
if this was in the States, what would have happened?
It wouldn't have been
Bankruptcy.
comped.
Bam, you have to pay $2,500 for this fucking
I
cocktail.
declare bankruptcy.
She would have handed over at least 6 credit cards.
No, she wouldn't pay for it.
It's like
This
a
was
new-
in Ohio. She would have shot the fucking Jesus.
Yeah, maybe depending on how it goes. I mean, we did talk about if murder was legal and we would do it
Did we?
last week.
Okay.
Not if murder was legal, but if you could get away with.
I'm
murder,
trying to
would
get
you
away from that conversation, Peter.
Yeah,
That's how it works sometimes.
there's enough people listening that, the government's already tracking
We've
you.
got
I don't-
several dozen people listening.
Dozens of you. Dozens of you.
36
We're
total.
assuming that the toilets are going to work tonight, right? I mean, like
I
there's.
mean, the toilets have always worked in Jimmy's. That's one thing I know.
Yeah. Not in Dunkin' Donuts, though. There was a toilet that exploded in a Dunkin' Donuts. Someone seeking, I think, $500,000 in damages for a nice little.
What kind of damages? Just being covered in shit?
Yeah, probably. Emotional distress. Wouldn't you be distressed if you were covered in shit?
I would
Exploded
consi-
like someone left an M80.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing.
Miguel does seem like the kind of guy that might like to be covered in shit.
If there
all
was
right, we're
one
going too
person
far.
up here who would be like, who's the shit-covered guy? It's probably Miguel. That would
No, there's always a plexiglass in between.
Well, our goal tonight is to hopefully be better than Joe Coy at the Golden Globes. That was.
No, I'm not shitting on Joe Coy. Sorry.
You're not?
No.
All right.
Well, thankfully Taylor Swift isn't here, so
Just
we don't
because
have to
all
worry
the
about
fucking
it.
Hollywood celebrities are sensitive as shit, you're gonna shit on one of the funniest comedians ever.
Okay. So,
I'm not entertaining this.
Okay, so-
I'm shutting this shit down.
all right. Well, we'll at least be better than the flight that had the door ripped off of it coming off the Portland.
You know how scared I am
Portland
of
Airport.
flying
I know
already. That does
who
not
who
make
here
me.
who here saw the video of the Alaska Airlines flight that had the door ripped off?
Yeah. And
That, if you're already scared of flying,
Who
that
is
makes me never
terrified
wanna
to
fly
go on
again.
their next flight?
it's terrible because
That's
I'm
not even a long flight. That's to California, right? It was
That's
like a
like a-
2-hour flight.
That's like a 90-minute flight.
Fuck. I'm never flying again.
I am always in the window seat as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Was that-
always in the window seat because I
But
fall
it-
asleep
was it
right
the
away. It's
exit
nice little
door?
cozy. Yeah. No, it was a fake exit door that they didn't need to have.
Yeah, fuck
So they
that.
didn't even know that it was supposed to be a door. So
No.
that was the problem, is that you're just, well, luckily there was no one sitting in that seat, but then, you got your phones ripped out of your hands, kids like
Dude,
clothing ripped
I'm
off.
driving everywhere.
I think we have an engineer here who may have worked on some of those planes. We'll have to get his opinion
Who's
afterwards.
that? Who is that?
I'm not going to
Oh,
call him
yeah.
out. We'll have to get some answers.
The guy in the unassuming hat.
Yes,
Who never wears the
him.
hat. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so the way the night's going to go, we're not a traditional sports gambling podcast. I was describing us as like a poor man's Pat McAfee without the the anti-vax talk. or
Less hair
whatnot.
product,
Yeah,
for
less
sure.
hair product for sure. A lot less budget than anything. Like, in no way do we claim to be like good in our takes, but that's kind of the thing. Like, people get paid millions of dollars to say that the Bills are never going to make the playoffs, and then they actually make the playoffs.
And
right?
we said they would.
Yeah,
I said that.
We, at one point during the season, we just stopped at a certain point because we were 0 for 12 in our locks of the week. And we're just like, you know what, maybe
Don't
as a
mention
sports
the
gambling-
amount.
yeah, we should just, like, stop it.
Significant others are here.
We're like, you know what, these are our locks of the week. And we went 0 for 12. We could have kept it going, but at that point, we kind of, like, there's a sample size at that
Yeah.
point that we just figured that.
We were
Isn't it
trending
wild-
negative.
Isn't it wild to think our very first episode in 2020, we clearly said we are a sports gambling podcast. We don't win bets,
Haven't done that.
and we
in a
realize
long
we need to
time.
talk about something else.
Yeah.
We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
0
And
for
that's why
12
we're
is
at a sports bar
embarrassing.
talking about sports. So nothing that we say we will actually stick to and consider fading us. I mean, there was a number of things, too. Like, I mean, I said that I thought that Russell Wilson was going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. Apparently, you guys said that you had something very big about me that,
Oh, like freezing cold takes?
yeah.
How you said last season that Lamar Jackson didn't deserve the money he was
Yeah,
asking for,
I
and now
did
he's
do
going to
that.
win his second
Now he's
MVP.
going to be an MVP. But I did get the fact that Nick Saban looked like he was sad, and now he's retiring. We'll get into that here in a little
Yeah,
bit.
and also I've never heard somebody be so negative about Coach Prime. Peter had no faith in Deion Sanders.
Yeah, for the guy who ended up going 3-9 or 4-8 this year.
He transformed a program, Peter.
Transformed, yeah, exactly. Wins the first 3.
Yeah,
and
but they
then
won. I mean, he took a one-win team to.
to
Three.
3 wins.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's an
Wow.
improvement.
Exactly.
300.
And you don't think he's going to get better with now the transfer portal and everyone else that's wanting to go there?
I do think that like when you look at how
You don't like him because he speaks his mind.
I don't like him because he speaks his mind, but then also like
You're
they
a
have
shut up
they
and
have,
dribble guy. You're a shut up
I'm
and
not
dribble.
a shut up. That is, how dare you?
He is.
But when it comes to like the transfer portal, for instance, like these guys, it's going to be hard, I think, to recruit when they're just like you either, you know,
What do you
do
mean?
exactly what we want you to do or get the hell out of here. And I understand that the transfer portal is something that is complicated and something that we're not going to be able to solve overnight.
All I know is Oregon had the #1 recruiting class in the Big Ten, so let's go, baby.
It's not going to
In the Big Ten now. That's
Yeah,
what we
let's
got to
go.
say. So tonight we're going to dabble in a little bit of sports. We have a comment basket going around as well.
I
Last
think it's full. I think we're done
yeah,
with it. We'll
Yeah.
just
we've got
take it
someone
out.
who's going to be vetting those things.
I'll grab it.
That's
I'll
going to
grab
be
it in a
for the
second.
second half of the show. Submit your would you rathers, your fuck, marry, kills, your legitimate questions that we will try and answer to the best of our
If you want to
abilities.
just ask how we're doing, that's fine too.
Or just a mean comment like people from TikTok and all that
Yeah,
shit.
if you want to call us fat, we've heard it.
Yeah, I know.
We've heard it.
Yeah. TikTok has told us.
What did the last guy say on the TikTok video we put out? He's like, when you guys get up, we all know you breathe hard.
Yeah.
So
We
what?
fucking
Yeah.
know.
So what? We are the #1 big man certified podcast in America. Last year we did
It's accurate.
Yeah, we did like a gender swap with athletes last year, and we did it with ourselves as well to see what they would look like if they were chicks. But now this year we're going to take very fit athletes and make them look like us. We're going to be big man certified athletes, so that will be a
Absolutely,
little
that
bit
makes
later
sense.
on in the show. I have a surprise for both of you.
Oh. Is it money?
No.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'd like money.
Wouldn't
What's
we
the
all?
point?
But we're 0 for 12 or 0 for 13 on our locks
All
of the
right.
week. So I have a surprise for both of you guys. Neither of you know about. And then finally, your chance to win Trailblazers tickets tonight. And then runner-ups will
Very sought after, hard to get Trailblazers tickets.
very hard. Yeah, we're giving them
Wait,
away.
It's at
is
least
basically.
it's at least a decent game, right?
Yeah, it's going to be against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are at least
number
halfway
one in the
decent.
West.
Yeah,
That's
so.
not
A
it's
Minnesota
not that shitty of a
Timberwolves.
game.
I think it's like second row of the 300 level, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Second row. You don't have to like.
Ever
we're
heard of
not
Carl
like-
Anthony Towns?
Yeah, it's not
Didn't
like you're
think
getting
so.
into like a letter in.
Who
front
are
of a
we
letter.
promoting from the Blazers? Can you even name their starting five?
I can name most of their starting five. So we've
Okay,
got
do it.
Scoot and Ant, and then we have Jim.
Why are you
Grant,
calling them by their nickname like you're friends with
because that's what the broadcast does. Because they think they're being meta or
them? Okay,
cool.
two.
or
Who cares?
something.
Two.
Yeah. Oh, I can't
No,
do that
do the
anymore.
five. Do the five.
For a
So
person,
Scoot,
then
Simons.
I mean, like, is this like traditionally like what it should be?
starting five this year.
Okay, so you've got Shaden Sharp, you've got Scoot, Ant, Jamar, Grant, and Ayton.
did
Technically,
it.
well, I guess like Shane Sharp would be like a 6-man, but whatever. We're throwing
Good enough.
Malcolm
We'll
Brogdon in
accept
there.
it. We'll accept it.
Used to cover the Blazers for over a decade. Like, I'm kind of a recovering Blazer.
Yeah, you're
media
triggering
member
him,
or something.
Miguel.
Yeah, don't do this to me. I'm gonna start. I've got the big man sweats already. So, but yeah, so we have the comment basket there in the middle. We're gonna get to that in the second half. We also have some giveaways in addition. These sweet Stoli
Thanks, Stoli.
mugs, and then
The Moscow
a
Mule
Moscow
shit is
Mule
nice.
mug as well. And then there is a. What do we got over there?
There's an apron.
An apron as well.
We've got plenty of stuff, so make sure that you're buying Stoli. $6 for 6 tall Stoli drinks. Make sure you're grabbing those, and we got you some gifts.
But to start into the
Jordan's on it.
Yeah, Jordan's on it. Thank you, Jordan. Starting into the sports world, the college football playoff, you had Michigan win. This was one of those things that we kind of talked about earlier in the year, where it's like, are they just like psychotic enough that they just will, go on to win the college football playoff? It turned out to be a line of scrimmage game. Michigan was going to run the ball. UW couldn't stop it. They pressured Penix. They hit Penix, and he was unable to kind of find his spots when it
Did
came
he look
down
off
it.
to you?
I think that he looked not off, but pressured. Like he looked
I
disturbed.
think he looked off.
Yeah, he wasn't
He
pressured
looked
during
affected.
Texas. He wasn't pressured during Oregon.
He looked affected.
His O-line was not. They did not play
Yeah.
well.
Like when we were talking about like how he was able to just like drop it in on a dime
He
with
wasn't-
these guys.
Well, he didn't have the time, but
Didn't have the
something
time.
about that game. He looked a little off.
But there was that one. There were a couple of shots. There was the hold that got called back on 37's yard. But there was that one. There was a wide open shot. So I think
Odunze
it
was wide open.
Yeah, just wide open, and he just overthrew him. And it was just kind of like that was kind of all she wrote. Then you had not just Blake Corum who was running the ball, but then you had all these other guys. Robinson was that was
Donovan Edwards.
Edwards,
No
yeah,
one
thank you.
expected. He broke. I mean, he's the
He
guy
was the
who
guy.
should have gotten the
Right,
MVP.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they bring up Blake Corum, and they're like, they're MVP. And I was like, well,
He
look at the
broke
guy
the
that was,
game
like,
wide
totally
open.
on
That
it.
was two 40-yard runs.
Well, and
or
Corum
something.
got those 2 touchdowns at the end that were kind of gimmies that gave him that MVP.
Yeah, they're just garbage touchdowns.
When we look at that championship, I don't think anyone's, like, surprised by that. But, like, when we see everything that has happened this year and the adversity, blah, blah, the self-imposed adversity because of their cheating scandals and everything, is it like there has been discussion about whether or not this championship in 3, 4, 5, whatever years may be vacated. Is that something that you guys think could happen?
They'll strip it.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think at this point you just got to let it go. I think whatever penalties need to come to Jim Harbaugh, and if he's gone to the NFL, then
He's gone.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but I mean, like,
absolutely-
they haven't necessarily cared at the fact that, like, you're going to have that the coach is gone. I mean, it happened with Pete Carroll, with USC. It's happened tons
You
and
mean
tons
like
of times.
Michigan
Happened
won't care?
with Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, like when you have these sanctions that happen, it happens years and years down the road.
But I think the NCAA has changed quite a bit where it just doesn't make sense.
And we
Well,
are only a
it's
podcast that
either-
makes sense.
It's not going to happen. It's either not going to happen, or if it happens, it's going to happen sooner than you think.
And so if it happens sooner than we think, then that means that Harbaugh inevitably is going to be gone, right?
I think Harbaugh's gone now.
Regardless.
Yeah, and you should be happy, Pete.
was-
He's probably
yeah.
going to the Chargers, your favorite team.
That is quite problematic. Is that like he's going to
Why
show
would you
up?
not want him?
He's going to have a tattoo on his forehead or whatever from Michigan. He ended up having to do the tattoo bet that you didn't end up having to do, right? Is that
I don't think it's
you were
going to be on
get
his
a bow
forehead.
nose tattoo,
Dude, he's not Mike Tyson.
but like he said he was going to get a tattoo of like Michigan something or other, and I don't know where he's going to put it.
Would you rather have, since you're a big Chargers guy, would you rather have Harbaugh or Belichick?
Harbaugh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Absolutely.
Over Bill?
Yeah, because Harbaugh's going to be the guy. Screw you, Jordan. Stay out of this. Actually,
You
no.
wouldn't
We'll
want
bring you up
Bill?
here. Yeah, no, because Bill is like sunsetting at this point. Jim Harbaugh is going to be a guy who's going to be vocal. He's going to be out there. He's going to be part. like when you need a team to be relevant in LA, like that's the guy who's going to bring that to you. Absolutely going to
I
bring
don't
that
know,
to you.
man. I think Bill's got a lot left in the tank.
Okay,
We'll
so
see, boys.
if you were going to get a championship tattoo, like we had already said it was going to be on your butt, right? Like you were going to like tattoo Bo Nose on your ass.
That was the deal.
Where does Harbaugh, like, do you just put it right on the delt, like on
On your heart.
on your arm? Is that where you put it?
On your heart.
On your heart.
Yeah.
Something where it's not seen. You can cover it easily.
That's where you'd put it. I've always been so like unable to commit to a tattoo because of
would never get
because
one.
apparently I'm a flip flop.
You don't have the balls to get a tattoo.
You're right. I do feel like I'd
That's
like.
why you think people get tattoos on their fucking foreheads, because you've seen it happen one time with Mike Tyson.
There are a lot of people who have face tattoos.
It is a trend.
In fact, some probably at the Jimmy Sports Bar and Grill.
Yeah, anybody out there with a forehead tattoo?
Yeah.
Rob? There it is. There we go.
There.
How many people have you killed?
So we're all pretty much in agreement that Harbaugh's gone.
Gone.
Oh, he's absolutely gone. I think it's going to be announced within. I said on the night of the national championship, it's going to be announced within 5 days from when they won.
5 days.
It was
But I
the
mean,
last
like,
thing on his bucket list.
But I
Beat
mean,
Ohio State,
yeah.
win a national championship.
There's a lot of reports about like, oh, we want to bring Michigan back to like dominance, and then
They're there.
He's fulfilled everything.
Yeah,
there's absolutely
he's
nothing.
already done
else.
it. He's out.
And so, okay, so it's the Chargers or who? It's not going to be the Bears. We'll talk about the Bears
all
in
the
a
openings
bit.
that I didn't even see until today. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Well, I think that kind of brings us to the next conversation of all the vacancies. You know, I think that Vrabel goes to the Patriots. I think that Harbaugh goes to the Chargers. I mean, what?
Harbaugh's gone. I think because he coached the Niners and he's like the big loud name, Chargers is the best team to land him.
Agreed.
It's the Hollywood aspect of it.
Before we get into fired NFL coaches, I at least wanted to touch on the fact that Nick Saban had retired today. Very
Moment of
unexpectedly.
silence for Nick Saban.
Yeah, I mean, like the best to ever do it. I mean, I think if we were to look at what he has accomplished, let's see,
That's
his,
a long list.
I mean, yeah, it's an absolute.
Who's taking over?
Well, so Nick Saban retired. Let's see, what was his? I don't even have like the overall stats. We all know that he has won like 70% of his games, 11 SEC titles, 3 or 4 championships, everything. So then, like, well, who replaced him is like a couple of names that immediately popped up. Dan Lanning showed up as the possibility there. Oregon Duck head coach Dan Lanning.
Don't
but,
do it,
I mean,
Dan.
And then the other one that I think that carries a lot of weight, I mean, like, is just kind of the pipeline when you think about Alabama and their offensive coordinators, former offensive coordinators, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, but I feel like Sark is kind of in a good spot, in Texas, so then you look at Lane Kiffin. So if you were to look at Dan Lanning versus, like, his situation now, like, why?
What about Kirby?
Who?
Kirby.
But I mean, like, he's not going to go back. I mean, he's at Georgia at this point.
If
You
he
can't
will
go
leave
back.
Georgia
You
for
can-
one team, it would be Alabama.
But why go
But
back
why
at that
would he?
point? There's absolutely no that's kind of lateral at this point. I feel like if Dan Lanning were to go from Oregon to Alabama, if Lane Kiffin were going to go from Ole Miss to Alabama, like, Lane Kiffin has been trying to get back to that level of prominence. You know, he is fired by USC, then he goes to FIU, and then to Ole Miss, and now to possibly Alabama.
I agree with that, just because I think Lane Kiffin would have the balls to go to Alabama and try to see, can I win more? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he would win and be like, oh, well, what was so hard about this?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, like, why was this so hard? I think it's kind of interesting timing for Saban, too, because it's like right before the college football playoff expands. I wonder if you guys think that there was like any sort of like internal talk about whether or not, why not put Saban in. Hindsight is 20/20 at this point. There's like Saban in, and maybe there was some internal rumblings about whether or not.
Didn't he just sign an extension?
I mean, like, the guy was on a lifetime extension.
I
no
feel
matter
like
what.
Saban retiring is like Coach K retiring. He's still going to oversee football
He'll still be around.
operations.
Oh, he'll still have an office.
Like he won't be on the sidelines.
He'll
but
have an
he'd
office.
be-
He'll jet in from Florida or whatever
He'll be
every
around
single
practice.
week.
He'll be around games. He just won't be on the sideline.
Okay, so if you were to, like, Dan Lanning's buyout is around $20 million, but what's that to a team like Alabama?
It's not
or
going to
anything
happen,
like that?
Pete.
No, but
don't
but
think
why
money
wouldn't
matters.
it, right? Like, I mean, like, when you look at,
Dan loves Oregon. The
So
Oregon
who?
Ducks are a championship team.
This is blind following.
Yeah.
If you think Oregon, for a second, is even close to what Alabama has to offer, you're you're crazy.
Oregon is one of the best teams out there.
sure,
Oregon, Alabama. That's all I need to say. If you think Oregon even ranks close to Alabama,
Of course they do.
and that's the thing.
Oregon's the number one recruited team in the Big Ten, over Ohio State, over Michigan.
you're fucking crazy.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I might agree that, like, he would stay if, like, the Pac-10 was still intact because now the college football playoff expands. You have the ability to, like, you know, stay in the Pac-12 and then maybe, like, maneuver your way through. But when you're at Alabama versus Oregon, you get more of the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like at that point, a chance to go up against Kirby Smart, your protege or, you know, your mentor, and to be able to have that additional, like, we are Alabama, like,
Let's go this route. How confident are you with the Oregon team next year?
Very,
Super confident?
very.
Like confident that you think they'll be in the national championship?
Why would I make that's a stupid preseason bet?
Top half of the college football playoff, the top 6.
that they make it to the semis
That
or
they
something.
make it, yeah,
I would take that top 6.
top 6.
Yeah.
I will bet you any amount of money right now that they will not
$50.
be in the top 6.
Okay, so we have our first
$50.
bet of the live pod.
$50. This is like a year-long bet.
100.
$100.
100. Oregon will not
Can I
be
get
in the top 6
Can I
next
get
year.
a 200? Okay, so we have our first bet of live, a $100 bet between Braxton and Miguel that
Oregon will not be in the
will
top
not
6.
be in the top 6 next year. Love it.
You can write that check now.
Yeah, you ever
Who
heard
carries
of a check?
checks? Yeah.
You have
heard
checks?
of a check?
It sounded good when I said it, but
Hey, you
Go
can
ahead and
write,
write that
you write
check.
that check.
Yeah. Love a good big check. Why not? But yeah, so I think that, like, there is, like, when I heard it today, I was like, that was like the first, like, kind of unsettling thing. It was like, oh, is Dan Lanning going to go XYZ? Like, Alabama was the first one to just go, like, literally anyone would leave for Alabama, right? Like, I feel like you could make the case that anyone would leave for that job. And if you're too scared, if there's a coach that's too scared to follow in Nick Saban's footsteps, you're not the right guy for Alabama.
I think Oregon fans are just so delusional that they think no one would leave Oregon for a program like
But I mean,
Alabama.
everyone has left Oregon.
Everyone would
we-
leave for Alabama.
Cristobal
It's Alabama.
has left, and Taggart left. And,
I don't believe it.
But we all saw that. And worst comes to worst, you end up, you know, being in Alabama, you lose or you don't end up the way that they hope you do, and then you get that golden parachute, and then you just become $70 million richer without having to do any sort of work.
That's the dream.
The American dream is to get fired as a D1 head coach, in my mind. But
Not too bad of a route to take.
yeah, like if you can like hustle your way up to be a Division I coach, suck bad enough to get $70 million.
It's on your
to do
vision
not
board.
That's my
It
vision.
is.
Become a D1 coach, get fired.
Yes.
Googling what? How do you cover? What zone coverage? What do we?
How do you become a D1 coach, first of all? Because I need to get fired from doing that.
Yeah. But if we do look at coaches that were fired in the NFL, so what have been vacated this week? We have the Seahawks and Pete Carroll. He's now an
R.I.P.
advisor. That was quite a shock. We're going to isolate that here in a second. But then Ron Rivera with the Commanders, Josh McDaniels a while ago with the Raiders, Frank Reich with the Panthers.
Vrabel?
Yeah, with the Titans, and then we had Arthur Smith and the Falcons, and then Brandon Staley with the Chargers. Possibly then we have the Patriots coming open this week. Who knows?
Do you see the Vrabel one coming?
No, I mean, like, you know, here's the thing. I mean, like, as a person who was always, like, a quick trigger guy who's like, we have to reset it, even I was kind of surprised by that.
I saw a stat that said he was 3-0 and making the playoffs with A.J. Brown on his team, and he's 0-3 without
Oh,
A.J.
he was
Brown.
pissed. I mean, like,
Yeah.
he could not have been more pissed. Like, there's videos circulating about how pissed he was in the draft room when they made that trade. So,
Well, I think the timing is right.
He'll get another job.
Well, and
he's too good.
And if Belichick
Instantly.
leaves, he's going to the Patriots. I think there's no doubt about it.
I mean, there was, like, someone in like a front office source who was saying, like, this guy's going to get a job in 5 seconds. And, like, I mean,
the Patriots, though, because that would be kind of mirroring what Belichick does, like a defensive-minded.
the guy played for the Patriots. He's in the Ring of Honor.
The storyline sounds right, but like a defensive-minded coach, which is what they've had for the last 20 years. Like, don't you think they want to go a different route?
I think
I
he's
don't.
I think
I
he's
don't
1A,
think they want
1B, 1C, 2, 3, 4. Like, I feel like by the end, maybe even by the end of the week, we're going to see a decision on Belichick. Especially because we didn't necessarily see the Pete Carroll thing coming. Pete Carroll was the same. He was like, I want to keep coaching, I want to keep doing this, and then here he is now in an advisory role, and he was shown the door, and he was very emotional today. So I think that, like, Mike
He's
Vrabel,
old as shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so is Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's older,
No.
right?
Pete Carroll's older, but
Pete's really old.
Are we sure about that?
Positive.
Okay, we can look it up. But I mean, like, those guys are right there on the in
It's not
terms
close.
of the same
they're
age.
first
It
and
is?
second oldest
Yeah,
coach.
first and second.
You think
like,
it's
by
within
far.
5 years?
Oh yeah, I think it's within 3 years.
I'd
Bet
tell-
another $20.
I'll bet you a shot that it's more than 3.
Stoli shot.
A
Stoli
Stoli
shot,
shot
more
that
than
is more
3.
than
Look
3.
it up.
All right,
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look
I
it
don't
up.
have
Look it
the.
up.
More than 3 year difference.
Miguel,
right.
look it up while he talks.
Okay, you look up.
I'll look up Pete.
You look at Pete. I'll look at Bill Belichick age. All right.
Please hold. Drink your drinks.
Drink your drinks. We're trying to. All right.
All right, I got Pete Carroll.
I've got mine.
Well, how old's Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick is 71 years old.
Fuck. Pete's 72.
72, 73, there you go. April 16th. I mean, even still. So-
You won.
No,
I won.
It's within 3 years.
It's within
I
3,
said
so
oh,
I won.
okay.
So we've
I
got a
was gonna
Stoli
say.
shot. Timmy, why don't you go ahead and dial up a Stoli something or other for Juan Magoo over here? So why not take it on the podcast and get
Yeah, loosen him up.
loosen the man up? So
It just makes sense.
it does just make sense. But I mean, like, when you look at, like, the openings now, so you've got the Seahawks, Commanders, Raiders, Panthers, Titans, Falcons, Chargers, possibly Patriots. Like, which is your most preferred destination at that point? Because the Chargers, on paper, with Justin Herbert, look like the most, like, exciting one.
The
but
most
they're
exciting
in cap hell.
one, but
you
the
know?
most exciting one has a quarterback. So Chargers. I don't,
Yeah,
because Geno's not the future. Like,
I think the Seahawks are kind of middle of the group. Oh,
What is that?
okay.
He
there
got
we
a whole
go.
Stoli drink.
no, I
Wait,
want
let me get a sip of that.
Stoli shot.
Yeah.
That's a super shooter.
Oh, that's a Greyhound. That's delicious.
What's a Greyhound?
Oh, that'll give me heartburn.
Grapefruit and vodka. You want
Yeah,
it?
dude.
Well, you can share it.
Okay.
You're just going to pass it back and forth between me?
That's good
Perfect. Can't
podcasting.
wait.
No, I'll
Yeah.
take this and just like keep
Yeah.
that over there.
You keep the pink drink.
All right, we'll figure it out.
I accidentally order pink drinks all the time. That which shouldn't be too shocking.
Yeah, that
for
doesn't
other
shock
guys.
me, Pete.
Yeah, all right.
It's a
cool.
work night,
Cool, cool,
right?
cool.
Like, this isn't even a weekend. It's a Wednesday.
It's a
night.
Wednesday, so
Who
like,
gives a shit?
yeah, I know.
We don't even drink this much when we record normally.
Well,
That's-
it's kind of a special occasion,
And-
so
All
Here's the thing.
all right,
bitching.
shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
I know. There you go. Tonight we actually have central heating, and we're at a bar, so like, drink up.
that's true. We're not in a garage, Miguel.
Yeah.
Be
I
thankful.
want to smoke.
Well, don't, please.
Not in here.
Crack this window open.
But okay, so Pete Carroll, fired, advisor, whatever. The consultant role is also a very good role because you get
Yeah,
a
I
chance.
think he's
to,
going to do fine.
I mean, you again.
Wouldn't you want a
know,
role
just-
that's less stressful, that you get paid a shit ton of money still,
Yeah,
without being on the sidelines,
but I mean,
stressing
like,
out
he's
about
not
what's
going to
happening?
do anything. It's just like a glorified
Yeah, exactly.
retirement.
You're getting paid to do nothing.
Yeah, that's great. But
Where is
Dan
that
Quinn's
job?
Dan Quinn's going to get that job, right? From the Cowboys defensive coordinator. I mean, like, everyone wants the Dan Quinn. Like, he's been the guy for a while. He's got the connections. He's got all that.
Why am I also hearing that Tomlin is going to get moved?
If Tomlin is anything, he's
not going
in a
anywhere.
TV studio.
Yeah,
I don't think that
he's not
Tomlin's
going
going anywhere. That would be my thought there.
I don't know who's going where. I just know that Harbaugh's going to the Chargers. That I'm certain.
That feels the most right.
That I'm certain.
I wouldn't bet you on you again.
What
Whoa!
the fuck was that?
I don't know. I think I got like something. Let's go ahead and.
Pete got an email.
Yeah. That was so loud. Are you guys awake now?
It's your Pornhub notification. Yeah. Stepbrother, stepsister porn showing up on the
right
screen.
on my wheelhouse.
You sick
right
What's
fuck.
next for us, Pete?
Okay,
They don't look alike.
They don't look alike. Okay, so so let's look at like whether or not. So if Dan Quinn is a hot candidate, and like if the Cowboys stumble in the first set of playoffs, I mean even against the Packers, if they don't at what point is Mike McCarthy safe?
I don't think Mike McCarthy's job is in jeopardy at
don't?
all, no matter what
No, I
happens
think Dan
in the playoffs.
Quinn goes somewhere else.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's movement does not matter to what happens with the
Even with
Cowboys.
like Jerry Jones, who seems like to be a very like reactionary type of a person.
Jerry Jones, reactionary. The number of times they missed the playoffs and Dak's still fucking there.
That's true.
You don't think he holds on to people?
You're actually like he does like he
Jerry
held
Jones
on to
holds
Jason.
on to people longer than he should.
That's true, actually. You are right.
The
Disproven
expectations for Cowboys are always higher than everybody else, and then they fucking fail to
They held on
hit
to
their
Jason
target,
Garrett.
and
They've
they
held
hold
on to
on
Mike
to
McCarthy,
Jason Garrett, to
Dak
Dak, to
Prescott.
Romo, to
You're right.
everyone. Zeke.
But you don't think at his age at this point that he's going to get a little,
Senile.
yeah, a little impatient at that point? But I do think that like the best job as like a biased Chargers fan, like I think that that's the best job regardless of the cap situation, because like at this point like you're going to be hiring a new GM, you're going to be hiring a head coach. Those people are going to be in lockstep. I'm not touching the Panthers at this point unless like you are probably an up-and-coming coach. I feel like there's like an up-and-comer who's just like, I'm going to cut my teeth and I'm going to.
This might be a hot take, but I'll tell you that I'm not writing off Bryce Young.
You think that he'll have
I think he's
rebound
better
season?
than what we saw, and it would be the same way that we talked about Trevor Lawrence a couple years ago when he had Urban Meyer.
Sure.
I think Bryce Young is better than what we saw this year. With the right person. You also have to understand, they got rid of everyone to get him. He had nobody to throw to and nobody to hand the ball off to. If Bryce Young had people around him and a better coach, he's better than what we saw this season.
It did seem that like Frank Reich very much wanted to have not Bryce Young. I think that he wanted CJ Stroud. He didn't believe in him.
If you're already losing mentally, like in the locker room, and saying that you don't want this guy, you've lost half the battle already. And then who's his best receiver that he threw to? Thielen?
Thielen was his best.
Hubbard was okay, but he didn't have a fucking team. I think it's the same way that is Trevor Lawrence really the guy? Like you saw Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, they missed the playoffs, but he's the guy. Like he's the guy there.
Yeah. I know that some people think that like Bill Belichick could possibly be to the Panthers, but there's just no way. I don't see a path in which he thinks that he can like rebound because they have no picks and they can't get out of They can't improve.
They got to stick with what they've got and
Yeah.
make the best of it.
So it's going to be some sort of like improved, like up and coming first time head coach would be my thought. He'll last for a year or two. He'll get fired, and then that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, how do the playoffs look? Because obviously we're coming into that.
Yeah, and so like before we get into the playoffs, I wanted to kind of touch on like some like NFL news and notes because like obviously like 2024 is shaping up to be kind of now a prove-it year for Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields, right? Like, you know, when you were thinking about like fired head coaches, you were thinking that like maybe Eberflus was going to be the guy, and who knew that that guy would have the authority to just like fire the OC and the running backs coach and the wide receivers coach and literally everyone in his offensive team, and it'd be like, oh hey, like it's going to be us for one more year. I actually kind of understand it. At first, I was just kind of like, Justin Fields should be done, Eberflus should be done, blow it up. But now I have an alternate view. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts first.
Eberflus? What do I think about him?
Yeah.
Garbage. Get rid of him. Justin Fields, however, I've always been on his side, but I'm also not. I'm a fan of Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is a better thrower than Justin Fields. I think he's got a better arm, but Justin Fields showed in the last 6 games that he balled out.
Yeah, I mean, I would trust Justin Fields, but I would not trust Eberflus.
Yeah, he needs to be gone.
It's interesting because, like, you know, as I see, like, he was 11 for 16 in this final game, and everyone's like, this is a prove-it game for you, and, like, whether or not you're going to be back here. But the reason why I see him coming back is just, like, why would you trade the pick? Let me rephrase. Why not trade the pick? Because if you trade that number 1 overall pick, you end up with a number of other people that you can bring into the organization. You can start building around the team.
This has been your take every fucking year, dude.
Right.
It is. You're a proponent of blowing things up and restarting. You said this about the fucking Ravens. Where are they at now?
But here's the
their
thing.
Super Bowl to lose.
But here's the thing. I am actually kind of backing away from that a little bit because I'm saying don't draft Caleb Williams this year. I'm saying actually trade away that pick, get a host of other picks, and then you can actually, like, build up an actual good team. And then if Justin Fields happens to not be the guy, then you end up drafting a guy who's, like, in the 3rd or 5th round.
What, next year?
I feel like at this point it's we've seen it. Like, we saw Justin Fields, we saw Trey Lance, we saw Mac Jones, all these failed experiments for all these guys. Even Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones have the exact same
Mac Jones
stats.
went to a Pro Bowl, buddy.
Whoop-de, and now Bailey Zappi is the leading quarterback.
I think
for
you
that
got to
team.
give
saying.
people more credit because, they, like, draft in the in
It was like the
professional
third. You can't even say that was a Pro Bowl.
in professional sports, NFL is so situational that you could be the best talent out of the draft. You end up in a shitty situation, your career's done. You end up in the Panthers, with the Bears, with the Jets, whatever, you're dead.
I feel like the way that the Bears are going to go is the way that the 49ers have decided to go. They did, and they pivoted very quickly to get off of Trey Lance. And now they have a guy who was the last pick in the NFL draft, and they've built around a guy. And they just go, you know what? We can have a guy who's going to be good enough.
It takes a good GM. John Lynch is a great GM.
Well,
He's like one of the 5 good GMs in the NFL.
it seems that, like, Bears ownership at least has confidence in Poles to make that decision. I think Nick Poles, whatever his name is.
I say
at this
keep
point.
Justin Fields.
Josh Poles. Thank
Keep
you.
Fields, get Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors from LSU or fucking Odunze.
So I think you trade the pick. I think you trade the number 1 pick
Oh,
this
you
year.
got to trade the pick.
Yeah, and then you just go, you know what? We're not gonna be the people who rely on a quarterback as your, like, top 3 pick to try and be the savior of your already shitty franchise. It's just not gonna work that way. And I think that that's kind of like we see that so many times with teams. We saw that with the Jaguars. We saw they missed the playoffs with all these expectations. We've now seen that with Mac Jones. We've seen that with Trey Lance. We've seen that. I think the verdict of the jury's still out on Justin Fields at this point. But
What I'm curious about is the playoff outlook. We've just recently got the playoffs set. We know who the teams that are in. We know who's playing who. So I'd like to know what you guys think about that.
Chiefs win.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it out.
Chiefs win.
it's interesting because, like, home underdogs are
It's going to be negative 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Negative fucking 5.
Isn't it
Dolphins will not be.
isn't it
and
great?
they're hurt. Half
Yeah.
their team's hurt.
so hurt. It's crazy to think that the Dolphins could have had a home game and then now
It's not
they're
like I
in,
want the
like,
Chiefs
negative.
to win, but the Chiefs are going to win. The Bills will win because TJ Watt's not even playing for the Steelers.
Can we hear who they're playing?
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah. Let's see.
Let's
So
not get ahead of ourselves.
yeah, so this weekend on Saturday, let me pull this up here. I had it on the other computer, but we'll go ahead and yeah, we're gonna talk about
Wait, how
Miguel's
many
birthday.
Cowboy fans are in here? That's one.
All
That's
right,
Riley.
good for you. Keep drinking.
One Cowboy fan.
So this weekend on Saturday, we've got the Browns and the Texans.
Woo.
The Texans are a home underdog.
Sorry, Brax. Texans winning that game.
In the past 10 NFL postseasons, home underdogs are 8-3-2 against the spread, and the Texans and the Buccaneers, the Bucs against the Eagles are home underdogs.
You think Browns win?
Why wouldn't they?
No, like take yourself out as a fan. You think Browns beat the Texans in Houston?
Why wouldn't they?
Thank you, Jordan.
Why? No, honestly, the Texans are dealing with some very serious injuries with
Who?
their skill players.
Who?
Who's playing receiver?
For the Texans, Nico Collins?
Nico Collins.
That's
Who are
it.
they missing?
Tank Dell is hurt.
He's been gone for like half the season.
And how have they done?
Without C.J. Stroud, they lost. C.J. Stroud came back and they started winning.
We'll see.
I'll take the
You
Texans.
heard that? Yeah. All right, another one.
How
We're
much?
doing 20 here, 50
20.
here.
20.
Is this a straight
Straight
up bet?
up.
Yeah. It's not that big of a spread
He's
anyway.
not even a real. He roots for the Browns and the Bills and the Eagles. He's not a real fucking.
Grambling.
Lies.
So we have so we've got the Browns, Texans. Texans are
Go Browns.
a home underdog. Then that night, then you've got the Chiefs and Dolphins on freaking Peacock. Fuck Peacock because NBC naturally.
Fuck the cock.
Yeah, but I
have
mean, like,
Peacock.
we're not even gonna be. Well, yeah, but you pay for it. One of the Chiefs players was starting to pay
What
or
do you-
like buy people
What do you-
Peacock memberships.
Why is
with
that
it.
your comeback? Oh yeah, you pay for it. You pay for every streaming service you got.
I borrow a lot of streaming services, but
yeah, we do that with everyone.
yeah, it's just like a big, massive streaming.
Well, I have Peacock and I'm not giving you my password.
Oh no, I was gonna
bitch.
ask you for the password.
Can I have it?
Fuck you.
Yeah, give it to
Braxton
him.
has it.
Oh, he does.
He uses
I
it
do?
through Comcast.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'll show up at your house.
Well, Chiefs win
I'll
that.
Come in the
Do you
snow.
think Dolphins? Any of you think Dolphins can win that?
I think the Dolphins can win.
You do this again?
No.
I am on the Chiefs on this one. More so because I think that, like, when you look at the injury side of the Dolphins, but the Chiefs haven't proved anything at this point. But when you look at, like, when it's going to be -6 degrees, I don't know. Like,
All right.
how much are we actually, like,
Keep
planning
going. I'm
to it?
curious about one thing.
The Bills and the Steelers. The Steelers are absolutely fucked.
Bills
I mean, like,
win.
Bills win that.
Yeah, I mean,
win.
like, when you look at, like, the Steelers in playoff games without DJ Watt, they've won, like, 5%.
Also, they're riding with Mason Rudolph.
Christmas is over.
Mason Rudolph. No.
The stats on teams who are double-digit underdogs. Let me see if I can bring
This
that
all
up.
nerd shit. Huh?
Yeah, 11-4. Well,
cares?
actually, that might be better for the Steelers.
Also,
They're
why
so
is Riley the only one who made noise for the Cowboys? Isn't Tim a Cowboys fan? Isn't Scott a Cowboys fan?
Tim's too busy making drinks,
Isn't Scott a
slinging
Cowboys guy?
fries.
I would say that the let's see if we were look at
Scott,
NFL,
aren't you a Cowboys fan?
Boo! All right.
Yeah, he wasn't confident. He didn't make any noise.
He just kind of like these like little
He's
half
like,
thumbs.
I don't know.
Little half thumbs.
Nobody hates him more than I do.
Yeah, it's
That's
a love.
true.
It's very much a love.
That's
hate.
true.
Let's see. So Joe Flacco actually is your best quarterback in the NFL
That's right.
against the spread.
That's right.
In the playoffs.
Ever heard of it?
11-4. Patrick Mahomes 9-5, or actually the most wins. Baker Mayfield 2-0 against the
Baker.
spread.
Also
balling
played
out.
for the Browns.
So
Winners.
whatever. And then Dak Prescott 1-5 against the spread in the playoffs. So we shall see. One of the biggest games that I'm looking forward to is actually going to be the Lions and Rams. For the fact that it's just like seeing your
Absolutely.
ex-girlfriend in the
That-
bar at Jimmy's.
That's about as 50-50 as it gets. Who do you want to win?
I want the Lions to win.
For what reason?
I want the Lions to win to shed the curse of Matt Stafford so
30
they can
years.
officially get closure with Matt Stafford and they can like
Yeah.
continue to
Stafford
move
won
this
a
on.
Super Bowl.
He won a Super
So
Bowl.
Yeah.
I want the Lions to win.
Yeah.
30 years for that organization to go to the playoffs, have a home field advantage.
Yeah, I want
They
the
deserve
Lions
it.
to win. I want the Lions to win.
And then for the Bills and the Steelers, they're going to have to run the ball, it feels like. Because, like, it's also going to be real shitty weather there,
20
too.
mile per hour winds.
20 mile hour per wind.
Bet the under.
Yeah,
Bet the
for
under.
sure. A lot of running, maybe a lot of Josh Allen on the ground.
That's
type of
probably
thing.
the biggest gap as far as like Bill's gonna win that easy. James Cook, Leonard Fournette. Fournette might be a good bet to like score a touchdown on that game.
Yeah. Fournette, like that what was it last week where they had the their version of the tush push, but it was like Leonard Fournette, like Superman Josh Allen.
Bills also found another weapon in Sherfield.
Yeah.
And that Sherfield kid could score.
Absolutely.
Sherfield guy. When it comes, okay, so we were talking about the Cowboys for a second. What makes at this point like a successful season for the Cowboys? Because that to me,
Here's
do
the
they
thing.
win
Here's
a
the thing.
playoff
Here's
game?
the thing
Is
with
it
the Cowboys.
championship or bust?
The standards are so high for the Dallas Cowboys and its fans and everything surrounding that organization. Anything below a Super Bowl is not good enough.
True.
but what's expected?
But I feel like if you're a Cowboy fan, like you gotta make it to the game at least. You gotta make it to the game, and these fans will be satisfied if you make it to the Super Bowl.
But do you think they do?
No. Fuck no. I think they run into the Niners. I don't know. I don't even hate the Cowboys. I just think the Niners are so loaded. I don't think the Cowboys beat a stacked, healthy San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, the Cowboys are the only thing that they rule is disappointment. They're the kings of disappointment.
They haven't. The thing is, though, that's been the Cowboys of the past. But this year, the only disappointment you could point out with the Cowboys is Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard has not lived up to what was expected out of him this season. CeeDee Lamb is the number one receiver this fucking season. CeeDee Lamb is the number one receiver this season. He is the best receiver this fucking season. Better than Kelsey, better than A.J. Brown, better than anybody else. Dak's playing out of his fucking mind. That defense is playing out of their minds. Pollard is the only one that's been below average.
Fair enough.
And they're doing this without Diggs.
Yeah.
They're doing this without Diggs. I think they beat Philly. I love Philly. I think they beat Philly. But a healthy Niners, I don't think they beat a healthy San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've seen the Cowboys up against great teams. I mean, the thing is, like, the Cowboys, like, they're, like, this year, the way that they have beaten teams by, like, double digits as much, like, there's some historical facts surrounding that. But you play the 49ers.
It also seems like in wild card round,
you crumble.
It's like a trap. Like, if the Cowboys are playing, like, the Niners or the Eagles or something like that, I would see, I don't know, like, them playing the Green Bay Packers seems like a fucking trap.
It does.
Isn't there some weird feeling about it? Like, they could lose this game.
Absolutely.
They could lose this
At
game.
home,
Jordan
too.
Love is no
Because
joke.
the Cowboys are the type of team that doesn't show up.
Like, this could, like, it wouldn't be close. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys lose by 14 against Green
Especially
Bay.
because-
Or blow them out. There's no middle, there's no gray area here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Jordan Love was second to Dak Prescott in passing touchdowns in the NFC this year. That's wild. And I mean, like, I
Cowboys
think he
would
had a
scare
pretty
me, but-
sneaky good season. And especially for a team like the Packers, who people didn't necessarily expect them to be there, to go up against a giant or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing that the Cowboys have done at this point to warrant the fact that, like, they are going to, that they have that notoriety to be able to win that game outright.
So you're
without
saying,
concern.
You're saying if they get kicked out of the playoffs, you wouldn't be surprised.
Not at
because
all.
It's the same Cowboys that you've seen. If they win the Super Bowl, would you be surprised?
Yes.
You would.
I would be equally surprised. I would be more surprised seeing them win the Super Bowl than I would see them getting bounced in the
Do
first
you
round.
think the NFL wants the Cowboys to be in the Super Bowl?
Not
Yes.
necessarily.
Absolutely.
Money?
Money.
Money?
But, I mean, like, the 49ers are a fine thing, right?
They're not, dude. The
So-
Cowboys
They're not the
in
Cowboys.
Super Bowl. The following of the Dallas Cowboys in the fucking Super Bowl.
I mean, like the NFL always wants them to be there.
So let's go across the
That's
board
why
here.
they won that game against the Lions a couple
To wrap
weeks
up
ago.
this conversation, let's go across the board. Miguel, your Super Bowl contenders and winner.
San Francisco and Kansas City.
Damn.
Who wins?
San Francisco.
Peter.
I have San Francisco and the Ravens, and I have San Francisco winning.
That's a chalk pick. You don't
It
have
is-
any
it's
balls.
more chalk.
0 balls.
I have San Francisco and the Cleveland Browns.
It was
With
a
the
chalk pick.
Cleveland Browns winning the goddamn
Chalk,
Go.
Super
chalk pick
Bowl.
and delusional like an Oregon fan.
Write it in. Write it in.
What year you in,
2024.
What year you win? I
Joe
know.
Flacco.
Joe
Ever heard
Flacco.
of him?
Who would have thought that you were in 2024 and Joe Flacco could possibly lead you to a championship? or
Jesus.
anything?
I'm excited for the slideshow.
Yeah. Before we get into our slideshow, where's our little basket of things? What have we vetted here?
Here, bring it to me. Miguel can't handle it.
Miguel can't read.
No. Bring it to me. Bring it to me.
Jesus Christ.
This is the exact same thing that caught us.
You want me to
last
just
year.
read this, like,
Yeah,
random
just read
one?
it. Let's see how it goes.
Like, not
We have
pick?
no idea. We'll see how
Jordan
it
wrote
goes.
most of this shit.
First
son.
thing.
Oh, it's Super Bowl predictions. We just did that.
Yeah, we did that. You're welcome. Just because-
He can't read.
Scott,
Handwriting is shit.
Okay, then give it to me.
What does that say?
Who does number 2 work for?
Who's number 2?
Who does number 2 work for?
What am I not
I
getting?
know that it's a. Well, it's those two right there. The two laughing right there. The Austin Powers. That's what it was. It
I've
was on the
never-
tip of my tongue. Who does number 2 work for?
That's one of the movies I haven't seen, like, full. Yeah, like, pieces of
Listen,
it.
don't give him the crap. Give Braxton the crap for never
Oh,
seeing
that's
a
the good
movie.
one. Will Tiger Woods win the Masters this year?
No.
I don't think he'll even play it.
I don't think he'll win a major ever again. I think he's never going to win a major ever again. Whoever put that up, if they want to go against me on that, I will take a future bet on that.
Hey, why are you in a hurry? We don't have anywhere to be. I live like 30 seconds away. Let me read this one. You gotta this is shit. You gotta sacrifice your dog or your least favorite in-law.
Oh, well, the in-law probably,
in-law.
right?
Fucking- I'm sorry, in-law. I'm not sacrificing my dog for anyone.
Yeah.
We got a rare.
All in-laws do is judge. Why would I
True.
do anything to my
Yeah,
dog?
I know.
We have a rare baseball question.
Versus unconditional love.
Who
Is
do you?
it-
First of all, who do you think would ask a baseball question? Jordan. Jordan is all about baseball.
Jordan is a big baseball. guy.
hobby, not a
big,
sport.
Big. Did you
a
ask a question about
baseball
Shohei
question.
Ohtani? All right.
If
well.
Shohei Ohtani retired right now, would he be in the Hall of Fame? I think yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I think easy yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when it comes down to just like the amount of time and the fact that he's been on like such a shit team, but I mean, like, to think that like in the next 10 years
I
that
don't
he's going
even
to be
watch
what
baseball,
everyone
and
thinks
he
that he's
is.
going to be is just
He's
not going to
absolutely in
happen.
the Hall of Fame.
Just not going to happen.
This is one of the best things, and I love this one. So props to who wrote this. What city is the best sports city?
Best sports city,
Philly.
Philly, but also most toxic.
No, Chicago.
Chicago's
Chicago
good.
has to
Really?
be the best sports city. Okay, let's break it down.
Well, not LA.
Let's break it down. Who's the top 5? Chicago,
Philly,
Philly, New York, Boston.
Boston,
I wouldn't put anyone from California.
Atlanta,
one-
maybe.
No.
Atlanta and Braves fans. There's a lot of Braves fans around the nation.
Okay, well, like, yeah, do you put the Hawks in there? No one gives a
No,
shit.
no, you don't.
Falcons, you don't put. So New York, Boston, Chicago, Philly, and who's the 5th?
Denver?
No,
No,
dude.
no one cares about Denver. No one went to there.
Texas? Dallas?
San Francisco, probably,
Yeah.
with the Warriors and the 49ers. They are now.
Transplants.
Well, not the 49ers anymore, but
I'll tell you what. The bottom of
I'd
the
say
list
Philly.
is definitely Northwest. Northwest fans are the fucking worst.
yeah.
Bottom of the fucking barrel, Northwest fans. They will not be on there.
Ever
I
been
got
a
a
Timbers
I
fan?
got a good one.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
But do we resolve that?
answer
We need
this.
to resolve
This
this.
is a great one.
We need to resolve it. I'd say Philly fan.
I'd say
is-
Chicago. Philly goes over the line.
But the thing
You're
about
trash.
Chicago, especially on the
You
baseball
boo Santa
side,
Claus? Like,
is
for
like
what?
a divided city. If
Chicago?
anyone likes the White Sox, which I doubt anyone does.
Half the city likes the White Sox.
All right. But I would say that like
I'd take Philly.
I would also take.
You take Philly?
All right.
Yeah.
I
At
think,
official
I think
IJMS
Chicago
Live
is the best sports city.
Who wrote the question and what do you think? Who wrote the question?
Chicago's
okay.
the best sports city.
All
Screw
right.
you, Jordan.
All right, I got a
Thank you
good
for
one
coming.
here. Would you rather get kicked in the nuts by a blind person or get rejected in public proposal?
Ooh.
I would never do a public proposal.
Never.
That's fucking stupid.
But you did in this hypothetical. And
A
you're
public-
the most recent proposal
You
of the
are.
three
Public
of us.
proposal or I'll get kicked in the nuts.
By a blind person.
By a blind
you have
person?
you have
Is it
no
a
idea-
midget?
Yes.
No one talked
Let's
about
say
a midget
yes.
blind
Let's
person,
say
all
yes.
right?
Kicked in the nuts.
That would be more of a headbutt than a kick at that point.
I'll get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, because you're not. Their attempt is to kick you in the nuts, but are you sure that they're actually going to? So I would take the nut kick.
Ooh, I think this is a good one.
The sports city one is pretty.
Out of the three of you, who would be the best professional athlete at any sport?
Not me.
Obviously me. Pre-stroke? Are you kidding me?
Mr. Quarterback here.
Today? Still me.
The funny thing is,
Hey, let's go outside and run a 100-meter dash and see who finishes.
That's not fair. That's
We-
not fair.
we were in.
It's
what is
not
it?
fair?
What is it? 2018 or 2017? Braxton and I were wasted outside of an Airbnb in Newport, talking about who's a better athlete, like fucking two idiots at Applebee's. And he was talking about how he was such a great tight end and how he has great hands, but it's no contest. Sorry.
What was the end of that story? It was you just telling a story about how great I am.
I'd beat you in anything 100 pounds heavier than you. Like, it's not even
I'd
close.
love to see it, buddy.
I'd purposely have a stroke just to show you that even it out.
Well,
Just to level the playing field.
Just to level it
time
out.
will tell.
How dare you? You
I'm-
guys have like
Time
very-
will tell.
I'm pretty
Notice
close.
that no one's talking about me, which is fair and accurate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we've
definitely not.
It's
We've
me.
seen
definitely not
Peter
me.
play
We
football.
know how this
It's
goes.
bad.
And this is an easy one. Green Day or Blink 182?
Blink 182.
Blink 182. Let's be real.
Yeah, because we know about all the small things, all right?
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
know about all the small things.
All right. Anything else good, or are we on to the next?
Let me just, there's only a few. Peter, what is your go-to porn search? I think we addressed that.
Yeah, we know
earlier.
that one from earlier.
Step sibling.
Yeah, it's a
siblings.
step sibling thing.
We know that.
Yeah.
We watch it with him.
Oh, marry, fuck, kill. Friar Tuck's, Jimmy's, or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, so we have to fuck, marry, kill.
I'll marry
okay.
Jimmy's. I'll kill Friar Tuck's.
Wait.
And I'll
Friar Tuck's Buffalo Wings, Jimmy's Fries, or Bao Buns.
Whoa,
So-
that changes everything. What?
Yeah.
Hold on. That, it's
It
not
is,
the same
it
as
is
the
kind
first
of
one.
confusing.
It is very confusing.
There's a lot of commas.
There's so many commas.
Look, can I see?
Oh, no, I got it. Friar Tuck's Buffalo Wings, Jimmy's Fries, or Bao Buns. Those are the three. So Friar Tuck's Buffalo Wings, Jimmy's Fries. Jimmy's Fries are so fuckable. Very.
And Friar Tuck's
but so would be
wings
Bao
are.
Buns. Bao Buns might feel
Where
nice.
did Bao Buns come from?
I don't know.
Who knows?
This was Austin.
They did
Very
come from
fuckable.
China. You're right.
Who is this year's sweetheart in the NFL? All right, let him answer.
I will kill the Friar Tuck's wings.
I would too.
I'd kill it. I'd fuck.
The bao buns.
No, I'd fuck Jimmy's fries. I'd marry the bao buns.
I'd flip those two, but yeah.
I think I would fuck the fries.
With ranch or without?
Of course with ranch.
Of course with ranch.
Wait. Fuck the fries. Marry the wings. Kill the bao buns.
Kill the bao buns. You racist.
What? I hate that.
You want to? There's this one that I think should only apply to one of us because two of the girls are here. So Peter, you're the only one that could answer this.
Oh.
Because we could get in trouble.
We'll see.
What does your girl? what does your girl do unintentionally that gets you rocked up?
Ooh.
Braxton and I won't be answering this, but you can answer it.
I'll answer.
Unintentionally, why? Because Lindsay
unintentionally. What does she do unintentionally that gets you rocked up? A full chub.
Unintentionally.
A full chub.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if anyone has seen or met my wife, she is super hot and way, way out of my league.
Out of his league.
So out of my league. Just about anything. Just about. I mean, like, I don't know, like her singing Taylor's version All Too Well for 10 minutes, like without any sort of, yeah, no, it's a breakup song. Jordan, I'm being vulnerable.
Answer the question. Stop beating around the bush. Just answer the question directly. What is it?
Just living at that point.
Oh my God, you pussy!
Yeah.
Oh, you love her
Where's
so
the girl?
much.
Where's the girl? I'm getting boosts from the girls too. How dare you?
Yeah. Anal. I'm just kidding. She does not. She is not okay with that. That is not okay.
Yeah. How dare you?
Peter, you pussy.
I know. But I mean, like,
you just got.
Yeah. Now I'm on. Now
you
you're
just
on
got
the
to
spot.
pick something up. You know, little bend over. Ever heard of it?
When she empties the dishwasher. Fucking awesome.
Come on.
Getting ready for bed, you know, just like a nice little
Putting on pajamas.
When she empties the dishwasher and it's just clear in the sink.
I'd say
great.
There's
jammy
steam.
time.
There's steam.
Jammy time for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so much jammy time.
Who doesn't love a good jammy time? Don't you jammy time shame me. Yeah.
All right.
I love a good jammy time. Do we have anything else?
No, let's.
I
want to get to this slideshow
Okay,
fucking bad.
Can we just say Ultimate Smoke Circle, NFL edition? Who's the best people to smoke
Ultimate
with?
smoke.
Ricky
circle.
Williams.
No, current.
Chris Johnson.
Current players.
You know what? I hate this.
Tom Brady. That's Max Crosby.
Nah, I wouldn't.
He would make me feel uncomfortable with like how loosely he wants to.
Oh, he's too white for you?
No, no, he just wants to float the N-word a lot more than ever. Look it up.
Naysayer?
Look it up.
Naysayer?
So he's
Yeah.
too white
A
for you.
naysayer, yeah.
Just
Anyways.
fucking skip this.
I would, as much as I dislike him, Jameis Winston would be a fun guy to smoke with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
as
smoke
much
with
as I
Travis Kelce. I'd
Yeah.
smoke with Kelce.
Both the Kelseys.
Yeah.
Just
move on.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of the
Also,
Super Bowl
you know what?
stuff.
Mike McDaniel.
Oh, Mike McDaniel would be good.
Mike McDaniel would be a fun guy.
Oh, I got a good one for you.
All right, one more.
Last
before-
one.
Would you rather win $50,000
Okay.
or have your best friend win $200,000? And you can't go to them and say, "I helped you win 200 grand." Money changes people, so they just
Do they
win.
know?
No, they you have nothing to do with it. They win 200 grand, or you win 50 grand.
That's actually really hard, right? And you're not entitled to any of that
You're not
money.
entitled to anything. If they're nice enough and they want to give you a little bit, you can't tell them that you are the reason why they got $200,000.
Got you. Okay, so it's like, I know. All right.
Nothing exists except.
I'll take the money.
I would also take the money because I'm a shit human.
You selfish fucks.
If
You
you
would-
wouldn't know, then I'll take
But
the
you
money.
wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
I'll take the money.
You don't want your best
Because you
friend
know
to
I
have a
would
good
spoil
life?
you.
Wouldn't you want me to have a good life?
At 50 grand? Oh, you know how many fries we could buy at Jimmy's? You know how many bao buns I could fuck?
All right.
For the
Oh,
rest
yeah,
of your
we gotta
life,
move
would
on
you
from
rather catch every red light or have slow internet?
I would catch every light.
Catch every red light for the rest of your life or have
Slow internet is the
for the rest of
freaking
your
worst,
Yeah,
especially
fuck slow internet.
yeah.
Whatever.
Let the man do his slideshow. I want to see
I've
this.
got a slideshow.
Whatever.
All right.
We've got a slideshow. We did mention that we were the #1 Big Man certified podcast. What that means is that we have found NFL players that would traditionally be not fat, and we have made them fat, and we have made some.
Turn your attention to the right here.
We have Deshaun Waffles. A little fat. He kind of looks just like
That looks normal.
He kind of looks like he got a bee sting, but Deshaun
He looks
Waffles.
like the Blindside guy. Michael O'Hare.
Cookie Cousins. Another one of those things where he kind of looks like. Well, yeah.
He does look like Ben Roethlisberger.
Then we've got Ezekiel Elephant Ears.
Doesn't look any different.
Yeah. A lot of these guys at this point just look like they got a bee sting. Yeah. Yeah. Let them eat. Just Baker Mayfield. At that point, the name is perfect. He's just fatter. The name is perfect, though. Baker was, you couldn't make up Baker.
Baker's dozen.
That
was a miss on you.
Okay. Baker's dozen Mayfield. Carbson Wentz. All right. Did I make it up with Carbson Wentz?
Piece of shit.
Why does he look so happy?
He's so fat and happy. Carbson Wentz. All right, I got that one.
He
back.
just wants another bite.
Truffles Kelsey.
That is actually
I know.
Bronson.
Stand next to that, Braxton.
That might be me.
Yeah, you were a little
That
bit.
might be me.
You were a little bit balder. Then we've got aired up Jolly Rogers again.
He
Kind
doesn't
of
look any different.
All right, moving on. Then we've got Jiggly Allen.
Oh, Josh.
Josh.
Come on, Josh.
Josh, how dare you? Derek Buss, as opposed to the Derek Carr. Okay, I
He's
see that
thick.
one missed. Okay, we'll move
That
on.
one missed.
Jumbo Garoppolo.
Oh,
It's so unfortunate because he's such a handsome man,
yeah.
right?
He fucked a porn star once.
He looks bad fat.
Once, many
Once.
times. Yeah, just
He looks
once.
horrible fat.
Jumbo Garoppolo.
Christian
McDouble. Christian
He's too happy.
He's so they're fat and
He's
happy.
too happy.
Fat and happy. Then we've got just Ben Roethlisberger.
It's just
That's
you
just a
didn't
normal-
change anything.
That's a normal.
You didn't
That's
change
just
anything.
Ben Roethlisberger. It was like Ben Roethlisberger just looks like Ben Roethlisberger. Derek Hungry. Anyone? No.
No,
Okay. Yep.
wrong.
All right. Calamari.
Calamari.
Say Kyler Murray really fast, and then it's just calamari. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Then we've got Patrick Mahomes. Anyone? Anyone?
That also looks just like a normal picture.
All right. Yeah. Lamarjarine Jackson. All right. Thank you, Jara.
That's precious.
He does ride a motorcycle.
Big
What's
old
wrong with riding a moped?
Yeah. Don't moped shame us. Then we've got Saquon Chocolate Barkley. Okay.
Yeah.
Barkley,
Yeah.
whatever. They're not all winners.
Oh,
What
no.
about baby Dak
Oh, no.
Prescott there?
Not looking good.
Yeah. Massive Stafford.
Oh, buddy.
He looks like
Who's
he
the
could play
guy?
for the team.
Such a small mouth.
John Goodman? Or was the guy from the Rosie O'Donnell show?
John Goodman.
John
Not
Goodman.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Yeah, John Goodman. Don't do that. Massive Stafford, Jumbo.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Bill Belichick. Anyone? Bill Belichick? Whatever.
He looks great.
Jelly Jones. Jelly Jones. Not to be confused with the talk show host Jenny Jones from the 90s. And then we've got Matzo Ball Ryan and Tom Brownie and J.J. Waite. They're not all winners. I tried. ChatGPT failed me in a couple of things as well. And Doughy Breeze.
He looks the same.
The same picture.
But there is one more thing that I wanted to address from the podcast before we close things out. And it is the fact that this weekend is actually Miguel's birthday. It is Miguel's birthday, and what that means is that we have to commemorate it in a certain way, and you have a special message from one of your favorite people ever. So happy birthday, Miguel. Let's see if this actually works.
Hey, what's up, Miguel? It's your favorite basketball player, Tyler Hansbrough, and your buddies, Peter and Braxton, hit me up, and we want to wish you a happy birthday. They did tell me that you hate UNC, and you are a big-time Dookie. That's tough to hear, but hey, you know what? You guys are playing well. We're playing well. You guys have taken a few losses. You lost Arkansas. We smacked them. But it's still early. Anything can happen. We'll see how it shakes out. I like my Tar Heels. I think we're playing well. But also, they did say that you're a little bit nervous about going on the live show. Hey, man, relax a little bit. The Tar Heels, we're not coming through that door. Go ahead, put your guard down, and enjoy the live show, man. It's not every day you get to go and do a live show. But also, don't be nervous. Don't be tight. Because, you may end up like your Dukies did on the biggest stage in the rivalry a few years ago in New Orleans at the Final Four when we smacked you guys on the biggest stage and handed Coach K his final L before he sat down for good. That will never get old to me, and you guys always need to know about that because Duke sucks and Duke will always suck. But I wanted to let you know about that and remind you it wasn't that long ago. But anyways, best of luck on your live show. I do a podcast, and so I know that's got to be exciting, regardless if you're nervous or not. Wishing you all the best, and go Heels!
Let's go.
Tyler Hansbrough, of all the people.
Hey, he's a legend.
I hope you didn't pay
He's
him
a legend.
I hope you didn't pay him that much.
We paid him thousands
That
of
guy's
dollars.
worth
So
like
much money.
$20.
Thousands. Hey,
These guys did not
happy
know
birthday.
about that.
I
Happy
fucking
birthday.
hate that guy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I fucking hate that guy.
It was more than I could have ever dreamed of when I received that message
I did
back.
not expect that surprise at all.
Duke sucks and Duke will always suck.
He's the most hated North Carolina player.
Yeah, it was. Because I was looking on, I was like, man, it would be cool to get like a Duke guy or whatever. And then I was like, no, this is so much better. It was so good. Forever.
Steaming inside. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Miguel. Happy.
And also, thank you to everybody that's here. We love you all. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to be here. Thank you, Jimmy's. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Stoli. We love all of you. Woo! Big round of applause to everybody
Thank you all
involved.
for showing up tonight.
And let's have a good night. Good night. Have a good one.
We've got the punishment.
Oh shit, we do have the punishment.
You're trying to sign people off
I'm
here.
sorry.
We just,
Does
we just need to give away the Blazer tickets because someone would.
Does
want
anybody
them.
want Blazer tickets?
Who gives a shit about going to a Blazers game? It's free.
Anyone want?
So
They're good
let's give a preamble here. We have a punishment.
We used to do punishments for our picks. One of our worst punishments, according to Braxton, is in this box. You just have to eat it.
It is an edible punishment. It's Blazers. Blazers versus.
It's a
Your
Timberwolves.
chances he not Mo Harkless.
I think Sean and Harrison should definitely be.
Whoever finishes first wins the Blazer tickets. The two losers will get something else, but it's Balut.
It is Balut. Balut is
Sean Harrison,
Who's
come on down.
heard of Balut?
Come on down.
Has anyone ever heard of Balut?
Sean Harrison, come on down.
Sock up and eat it.
So balut is a fertilized bird egg which has been incubated for a period of time.
It's a
It
Filipino
has been
delicacy.
boiled.
It's a hard-boiled egg.
It's
Let's be
essentially a
honest.
gross
it's a fucking
hard-boiled egg.
It's not
Come
really
on.
that bad.
For free
Come on down,
Blazers
boys.
tickets against the Minnesota
Come on down, boys.
Timberwolves. We've got one taker.
See, sport court guys are tough.
If there's only
It's-
one taker, all you got to do is eat that.
All you gotta
Eat
do
it
is
and
consume
tickets
it.
are yours.
No.
You can take the shell off.
You peel it over the box.
What's your name? Sean.
Sean?
Sean, the only man here.
It's actually just like a gross hard-boiled egg. You're good.
You want some hot sauce? Give him some hot sauce.
Maybe a little
Matt,
hot sauce. Have
Matt,
'em
give him
suck
some
it
hot
down.
sauce.
Here, face the camera so they can see you.
Give him some hot sauce, Matt.
Jordan, just drop a little tapatio
Give
on
him a
his egg.
few droplets.
When Braxton had to eat this, we actually we never actually boiled it, and
Yeah.
it was like a
actually
legitimately
not
baby
that bad.
bird in there.
It's
It was
bad.
awful.
You got it. You got it. You got it. There we go. That's good. That's good. That's good.
For free Blazers tickets.
You got it.
Is it crunchy? It
It's
might
not
just,
bad. It's not bad. Yep.
You can drink.
Do what you
Yeah.
got to do.
Just consume it, and the Blazer
Yeah.
tickets are yours. Atta baby.
There we go.
Sean!
Round of applause for Sean. There we go, Sean.
There you go.
Atta boy.
Ooh, the smell that you wafted while you moved was
There
not
we
so
go.
good. I did not enjoy that.
I've got Sean's number. We're gonna send him over the
Free
tickets via
Blazer
text.
tickets for you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
We got it. There we go.
Again, thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you.
We forgive the Germans who did not show up on the flights. That's fine.
That's okay.
But until next time.
As we, like we always end every podcast, clear eyes.
Full heart.
Can't lose.
Let's
guys.
go.
Thank you.
Tyler Hansborough.
Understand.
That's